Hiveswap FRIENDSIM. I really wanted to do this before Hiveswap Act 2 because I know we meet a lot of these characters within Hiveswap Act 2. This is going to take a while because I'm not going to be able to get through all of these all at once, so it's going to just go, one volume at a time and then alternate with Minecraft for a bit, and then once I finish this, I was going to move on to Hiveswap Act 2. And in that case, I am going to start. Alright, and with the first volume of Bloodthirst and Bratwurst. I also haven't played a lot of these. I've played like one or two, but nothing really that important, I don't think, so you're definitely going to get a lot more commentary out of me. You have just crash landed on a planet called Alternia, and staggered from the smoldering wreckage of your ship. You are now completely alone in a strange world. Desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly a bit of medical attention. But most of all, you are desperate for friendship. Won't somebody on this godforsaken rock be your buddy? Any weirdo will do. You're not that picky. Hang on. What's this now? Is someone approaching? I think we're going to start with Ardata Carmia. Yes, someone is approaching. A strange, gray-skinned alien, clad in blue. Perhaps they will make for a good friend? That music is atrociously loud. Huibue. Dear God, and just what are you supposed to be? Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in need of some medical treatment. You're also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right about now. Oh my. Oh, how funny this is. How very droll. You want to be my friend? It's too much. This thing at my doorstep, wishing to know me in any capacity, the hilarity somehow escapes my ability to capture with maniacal laughter. How rare. You apologize for your presumptuous request. You hang your head, turn around, and begin to walk And what the fuck do you think you're doing? Who invited you to leave? You stop in your tracks obediently and turn to face her. Your possibly broken ribs are throbbing in pain. But this does not strike you as the right moment to exhibit weakness. No, it really doesn't. It dawns on me that we may have gotten off on the wrong saunterpod? Saunterpod. Where are my manners? Ghastly behavior on my part. After all, it isn't your fault. You seem to be some sort of hideous freak, is it? And such a tragic creature cannot be held responsible for such a devastating shortfall of social competence. I would weep for you, really, except that crying out of three eyes at once gets a bit messy. So instead, I think I'll be saving my tears for someone less offensively worthless. Jesus Christ, this bitch. You aren't sure she's inviting you inside, or she just got you to stay a little longer so she could insult you some more. You try to remain stoic while your confrontational new friend decides what to do with you. Unfortunately, you sniffle slightly. Oh my, oh dear, you're sad? So amusing to me. Mildly endearing, even? Perhaps I'll decide later if it's endearing, once I have more information. It's entirely possible I will retroactively decide it's disgusting. Maybe a little bitch. But for now, try to put yourself at ease, you completely pitiful fool. Not one more sniffle, do you understand? I don't like her. You nod while practicing exemplary control over your nose. This music is very distracting to me. You have gotten yourself so agitated, I wonder why. You have nothing to worry about from me. Of course I will be your friend. Conditionally, I mean. There is a chance the designation will be formalized if you behave in ways that I approve of, starting now. Let's call it a friendship in progress. Agree? I don't like her. Oh, I really don't want to be her friend. Your heart swells. This is what you've been waiting for. A new friend? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't like her. A new friend? Oh gosh. All you have to do for now is try not to fuck anything up at all. Possibly for many hours. Like we're capable of that. Which we aren't. Come into my hive. This way. After me. You look like you could use nourishment. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that whatever you are eats, generally. But it doesn't matter. You'll eat whatever it is I have on hand. If I tell you to. How does that sound? How does it sound? Oh, now I have to save. It sounds good, I'll do whatever you say. It sounds fine, I guess. Well, I want to be her friend, don't I? So I think we'll go with, it sounds good, I'll do whatever you say. Obviously it sounds good. You will definitely enjoy it. You will enjoy everything I provide you with and tell you to do. I can't imagine any sort of negativity or disagreement coming from one of my friends. Ooh, this bitch. I will assume that we share this philosophy when it comes to friendship. You say, oh yes, absolutely. You nod as enthusiastically as you can without aggravating your broken ribs. You consider giving her a thumbs up as well, until you realize one of your arms is probably broken up too. How do you just now realize that? How do you just now realize that? Jesus Christ. You'll try to make sure she doesn't notice though. It would probably leave a bad impression. Come with me. There's something I need your help with. You follow her into her hive. It's a bit gloomy here. You suppose she's gonna fix you something to eat soon, as promised. I don't like any of this. You pass through her kitchen and out the other side to another room? Okay, you guess dinner can wait. This way, and try not to let any of your broken limbs slow you down. A good friend wouldn't allow such trifling physical ailments to cause me any inconvenience. You're a little bitch. Oh, so you guess she does know you're injured? Fair enough. You hobble a little faster, through another door into a much darker room. And now, down a flight of stairs? It's hard to see. There are torches along the wall ahead. A monstrous noise rumbles below. What? Why are you making me save? I don't like that. I don't think it meant to make me save there. Oh well. Don't mind her. She's just hungry. She's always hungry, though. What's that? You're hungry too? I have not forgotten. What sort of piece of shit friend do you take me for? You didn't remind her that you're hungry. You thought it, though. Can she read your mind? You hope not. That's gonna make this friendship in progress a bit awkward. Here we are. This is where you'll be most useful to me as a friend. You look around. With a sense of relief, you see no sign of whatever hungry thing was grumbling down there. You are less relieved to see several other kids trapped in cages of various shape and size. One of them makes eye contact with you. The boy is the same kind of alien as her, horns and all. He has a dark red symbol on his shirt. His expression seems to plead with you. Well, this took a dark turn. Why does she have a portrait of herself? Bitch? He struggles to say help. Your new friend looks unamused and twitches her finger. Helplo, he says. Helplo, and by which I mean hello, of course. Looks like you're a new friend in progress chosen by the great and beautiful Ardata. She's my savior, my reason for being. I am nothing without her. I'd hollow myself out and let her make a nest inside me if she permitted. You turn away from this boy. You don't want to hear anything he has to say ever again. That is true. Don't mind him. He's always regarded himself as a comedian. Come, over here. This is what I need your help with, if you're going to have any value to me as a friend. You're led to a dank corner of this, well, you're going to call it like you see it, this dungeon. Your new friend has a dungeon full of sad, suffering children, and presumably a monster lurking somewhere in here as well. It's not ideal. No, it's not ideal. I don't like her as a friend. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't... Then again, social beggars like you can't be choosers. I don't like this. I'm just going to repeat that repeatedly to make sure it's very clear. I don't like this. I've been having an awful time with it. Nope, don't trust this. You can do it for me. It will save me time. You look at the thing in question. You doubt she's been having an awful time with it. You doubt this because it's still in its box, looking completely untouched since it was brought down here. It's a box containing a table. A table that looks ominously like it was designed to keep a person strapped to its surface. I don't like this. I will need you to assemble it. Don't trust this. Why do you keep making me save? Here's a screwdriver, in case you need it. I will assume other required tools are contained within the box. You take the screwdriver with your non-broken arm. This isn't exactly what you had in mind. No, it's really not. You don't know what you had in mind, really. A warm meal and friendly banter? Perhaps a sling for your arm and a remedial balm for your ribs. Still, you open the box without protest. Hold on. Before you start, this will make for excellent content. Ah, a vlogger. Still don't like you. My fans will appreciate this. Don't like you. She sets up a video recording device on a tripod and points it at you. A video feed comes to life on several monitors just behind you. You see in one corner of a screen, an unflattering angle of your torso hunched over the furniture box. The other rectangles contain shots of the other kids in cages around the room. You suppose cameras are pointing at them too. You had no idea friendship came with the perk of instant stardom. Now you may begin. She's suddenly sitting in a comfortable-looking chair facing you, holding a chalice, swishing around some viscous liquid it contains. You have all the parts spread out on the floor, organized according to their labels in the instruction. You try to remember the last time you assembled something like this. You don't recall enjoying it, to be perfectly honest. This doesn't look like it'll be fun at all. She frowns conspicuously. Ooh, don't like this. Oh, how sad for you. I'm sorry. It's this activity not to your liking. You reassure her vigorously that no, it actually looks amazing. You love shit like this. It's what you were born for, you say as you swoosh the screwdriver around, demonstrating your plainly evident skill with the tool. Forget the thing that you just thought. Completely arbitrary and wrong thoughts pop into your head all the time. It meant nothing, you swear. Quit it. I don't know if I'm accidentally pressing something I don't mean to press, but whatever. Yes, I hear that a lot. Continue. You open the little bag full of screws. Jesus, there are like 50 screws to this thing. Where could most of the screws even go? Judging from the picture, the table doesn't seem that complicated. You look at your screwdriver, then study the screw. Every single one requires an Allen wrench. Does this even come with an Allen wrench? The instructions seem to suggest it does. You look around, but don't see one. Did you open the bag too forcefully? Did the Allen wrench go bouncing off into a dark dungeon crevice nearby? Maybe you lost some of the screws too. Damn it! You begin to sweat and look around nervously. You check underneath one of the parts. No, it's not under there. You grip the screwdriver a little tighter. You wonder what to do next. Alright, save. Get the hell out of there. Just do your best assembling the table. This is what friends are for. I want to get the hell out of there. First, you clear your head and try to think innocent thoughts. Fluffy clouds in the sky, ironing some clothes. A winning touchdown pass from the sports. Ardata's long black hair spilling over her cloak. Wait. These are not innocent thoughts. Shut it down. Shut it down. There's no time for thinking. You have to act. You hurl the screwdriver at her and run. She calmly lifts a hand toward one of the kids in the cages. The kid tenses up and lifts a hand in direction of the screwdriver. The screwdriver freezes midair, right in front of Ardata's head. You run up the stairs. I don't like that flash of red. She twitches a finger, and the caged kid does a full-body spasm, and the screwdriver goes sailing towards you. It stabs you deep in your leg, and you buckle over, tumbling backwards down the stairs. You're a crumpled heap at the bottom of the stairs, bleeding, and you think your arm is broken in 2 places now. Jesus Christ, I made the wrong decision. Fuck. That didn't seem very friendly to me. Luckily for you, I'm very determined to make relationships work, even ones with people who flee simple furniture assembly projects. She stands over you. You attempt to pull the screwdriver out of your leg, but your entire body locks up. You can't move. She holds an outstretched hand just above you. You shouldn't try to move yet, and you certainly shouldn't try to pull out that screwdriver. You'll get blood everywhere. To my 3 little eyes, under present conditions, it seems to me that only one of us should attempt walking up these stairs. You feel relieved? Maybe she has some alien means of levitating you up the stairs. Wait. No. Your body is tensing up again. It's moving without your permission. You get to your feet, without taking the screwdriver out. Wow! That hurts. What is she making you... Wait. What? She can't be. You use both of your arms and all of your strength and pick her up entirely. The pain from your arm is excruciating. Arms with broken bones are not meant for heavy lifting. What the fuck? What the fuck? The additional weight on your wounded leg isn't great either. You hold her as a groom would hold a bride. She wraps her arms around your neck to hang onto you in what strikes you as an overly familiar manner. She looks directly into your eyes and grins. I don't like this. This is better. Now, onward and upward, my new friend. I hate that face. I hate her. I hate her. I hate her. Your legs begin to operate without your consent. They wobble and struggle under the weight. The wound throbs. You lumber back up the long flight of stairs, carrying her all the way. You take her back to the kitchen and set her down in a chair seated at a table. You didn't think I'd forget about dinner time, did you? Let's put your unfriendly behavior behind us. It's a good thing that I'm benevolent enough to overlook disgusting acts of betrayal. You may have noticed I keep several friends in my hive who I have similarly forgiven. Consider the transgression blood beneath the abattoir. I don't know what that word means. I think it's supposed to be similar to bridge. It's French. Couldn't tell you what it means. You exhale. Now that she mentions it. One sec. Now that she mentions it. Yes, you are hungry. Maybe a warm meal will lift your spirits and get this heretofore turbulent friendship back on track. Maybe you'll even get the chance to pull the screwdriver out of your leg. You pull a chair and attempt to sit down, but your legs lock up, and then you stand again. Apparently this is not the right thing to do. I don't like you. I don't like you. Oh, but why are you sitting? There's cooking to be done. You stagger mechanically over to the fridge and open it. You pull out a large hock of some sort of alien mystery meat and put it on the counter. With your broken arm, you reach in English for a big, dangling meat cleaver. You chop the hock, wincing with each swing of the cleaver. You place the sliced meat in a frying pan, sear it lightly, and serve it on a plate very rare, just the way your new friend likes it. You didn't know that's the way she likes it, but you surmise this is what she prefers in a piece of meat, since technically she is the one doing the cooking. I'm not wrong. You put it on the table in front of her, along with a fork and a knife beside it. Your muscles relax as you are apparently allowed to control your own body again. She does nothing except to look at you with a pleased expression. You eye the meat in front of her, then the meat on the counter, and the chair on the other side of the table. What should you do? Prepare a plate for yourself? Is that what she wants you to do? Well, it looks like you're confused. Isn't it obvious what to do next under your own volition? A good friend would know what to do. In fact, I don't think a good friend would take nearly this long to decide what the right thing to do next is. It actually seems to me that a very rude friend would hesitate for as long as you were hesitating. Or perhaps someone who is not a friend at all? You begin to sweat again. You clearly don't have much time to make up your mind. If you wait for even a few seconds longer, you'll probably be guilty of being a bad friend, maybe even a dreadful one. That's not the type of person you like to think you are. What will you do? Feed her. This feels like I'd actually, don't like that. I just clicked it because it was the only option. This feels like the only obvious thing to do. She's looking up at you quite expectantly. You reach for the fork with your good arm. You go for the knife with your other. Ow. You can't do it. The arm is much less serviceable when the muscles are not being forced via psychic override to disregard the pain response. Nevertheless, she looks at you patiently and smiles. That's nice of her, you think. Not to be mad about it, you feel like you're growing closer to your new friend by the minute. You put the fork down and pick up the knife with your good hand. You cut the meat into several pieces with a careful sawing motion. You put the knife down and pick up the fork and stab a piece. You put it close to her mouth. She seems pleased. Very good. Nice technique. Well-sized morsels, too. She chews the meat with excellent form. She has very good table manners, you think. When she finishes her piece, you slice off some more and continue. The meat looks very good. Your mouth is watering, but she doesn't offer you any. Oh well, when it's the right time for you to eat too, you're sure she will let you know I don't like her. The meal is finished. There is no more meat, except for a few pieces of unchewable gristle, which you did not try to feed her. That would be thoughtless. Very bad service. She reclines and steeples her fingers, looking quite pleased with how the evening has gone so far. You mean Unis Honest style? This bitch ain't Unis Honest. You're not sure why she's laughing. Did you do something funny? Oh my, what a fool. You point at yourself, wondering if she's referring to you. You don't know what you've done that was foolish. If so, you're also still not sure what she finds so amusing. She pauses her laughter for a minute or two, then slowly begins to frown. A faint blue tear rolls down her cheek from her bottom eye. The truth is, I don't even know why I'm laughing. This isn't very funny, what's happening here. It was a good dinner. You did a good job, whoever you are. She puts her face into both of her hands and sobs quietly. You have no idea what to do about this. You stand there, still holding the fork, feeling a bit useless. There's a lot of pressure, being so respected and admired for your high status in this world. I didn't ask for this, to be superior to so many. Much is expected of you. Much is presumed about what your personality will be before you even develop one. You work hard and build a brand based only on what you think people assume you should be like. Stop that, you terrible game. Sometimes I wonder, am I even that good at being sinister? Could I be more sinister if I even tried? That's not what I wanted. Could I be more sinister if I tried harder? Maybe this is not my true calling after all. You begin to offer words of sympathy. This all seems heartbreaking to you. Your poor new friend. But your jaw muscles contract and your mouth shuts involuntarily. You guess it's not your turn to speak yet? Okay, that works for you. You like to be a good listener to your friends. So what would happen if I changed my brand? If I stopped being so sinister online? My friends and followers will deride and reject me, and my superiors will eat me alive. If I show weakness, if I scale back on my bloodthirsty content, will I incur the scorn of a wise-ass clown with 100 million subscribers? Will I be in a cage someday, listening to a fucking fool honk his horns for likes? No. I must persist. How lonely it is to know this is all I can do until the day I leave this planet. I have no material or sensory comforts left for me here until I can get on a ship and fly away. Pain is my only solace. Your hand holding the fork grips it tighter. You're horrified to realize what it is in the process of doing. You bring it down hard on her hand, which is placed flat on the table. She doesn't flinch or react in any way. 3 trails of cerulean blood flow from the tines where they pierce her skin. That wasn't very friendly, you think. But then you weren't the one who did it, were you? You're so confused. I am confused. What the fuck? My subscribers are not real fans. They adore me only for my sinister content. The show I provide. My wicked, infectious laughter. I get jealous of them sometimes because they get to watch my content. It must be thrilling, I think, but maybe. I'm just jealous of them because they get to be people who aren't me? This is fucking deep, I know. Apologies if you cannot relate. She pulls the fork out of her hand and lays it gently on the plate of gristle you didn't feed her. The people downstairs in their cages aren't my friends either. They act like they're my friends, though, and sometimes I even believe it. But they don't really want to be friends with me. Nobody does. The only person who has ever really wanted to be my friend, who's ever tried to be, is you? You clear your throat and point to yourself innocently. That's it. I've decided. You have passed the test. You will become my friend. Officially. As such, I think a reward is in order. You are overjoyed. Your heart starts racing. You can't believe it. A new, real friend? But you don't have much time to enjoy this achievement. Your body is doing something again. You bend down in a strained motion and pick up the plate and the fork. You position the plate over your wide-open mouth, scrape in all the remaining gristle, and begin chewing. It's virtually inedible. Your mouth humors the act of chewing for 2 seconds. Then you swallow all of it whole in one painful gulp. What the fuck? The fuck? Tastes like friendship. No, that fucking doesn't. Friendship! What the fuck? Okay, let's go back to those choices I didn't get for Ardata. Just do your best assembling the table. This is what friends are for. You decide it would not be best to complain about the missing Allen wrench. Your friend would probably consider it bad form. You'll just make do and twist in all the screws by hand, as best as you can. Stop making me do this. Your broken arm isn't making this any easier. You favor the other one and prop pieces into place precariously, leaning against each other, while you nudge them into position with your legs so the screw holds a line. It's really frustrating work, you're not gonna lie. Well, you chose to do this, you absolute idiot. Stop. Please. Jesus Christ. As you are twisting in the first screw, the grooves slip and the screw gets stuck, but you've already turned it in too tight. Now it's hard to get it out. You twist and reverse harder, but your fingers slip and the table pieces start to slide. They're going to fall. You react to catch them, but it's too late, and the heavier piece tips over and slams you in the broken ribs on its way to the floor. It hits the floor with a bang. The stuck screw pops out and goes bouncing 10 or 15 feet away, settling deep underneath a piece of dungeon furniture. God, you're probably gonna need to get that. You hear a light chuckle. Good, fuck you. She takes another sip from her chalice and settles even more comfortably into her chair. Is she enjoying this? You think she's enjoying watching you struggle to put this stupid thing together. Maybe a little too much. Nevertheless, you continue. A friend is a friend, and you don't like to let your friends down. You've committed yourself to this project. Fuck this. You will get the screw out from under there a bit later. Maybe when you need the final screw. You turn your attention back to the table pieces and try a different strategy. You place the biggest part, the table platform, flat on the floor. The legs would be pointing upwards if they were attached. You position one leg in the right spot, in alignment with the holes, and sit on the table platform and steady the leg with your feet. You grab another screw and concentrate. She sounds so pleased. It's strange, you admit. For watching this sort of activity to make someone so happy, she's not happy. But you also have to admit to taking a certain pride in it. It's wonderful, actually, to feel useful, wanted, important even, if only somewhat menially, to a great new friend who has discovered a way for your talents to improve her life. She's a bitch. I hate you. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice one of the caged kids reaching out with his hand. He's concentrating. Then you notice the screw you lost slowly sliding out from underneath its hiding place. Nice. Everyone's working like a team down here. Ardata does not look at the kid, but sneers a bit. She reaches toward him, and he appears to have trouble breathing. After a moment, you notice the screw slowly slides back underneath the thing. She releases him from his breathing problems, resumes her pleasant expression, and takes another sip from the chalice. You're a bitch. You guess that was against the rules? You decide to make a note of it. Your friend runs a tight ship down here. You respect that. About an hour later, you have all 4 legs on, plus some other accoutrements attached. You wrestle mightily with the thing to get it upright, using your only good arm. It seems you may have forgotten about the final missing screw. You doubt the table needs it. You decide you won't bring it up if she won't. You give it a test. It's pretty wobbly since you are only able to tighten the screws with your bare fingers, but again, she doesn't seem to mind. She reclines and has a look on her face which makes her appear absolutely enamored of your handiwork. She has finished her drink, and the chalice is on a side table. Some awful-looking thing crawls along the floor towards her. It looks like some sort of spider, the size of an average dog. Its abdomen is preposterously large. Actually, you think it's a huge tick? That's what it looks like. It's probably that thing. With baby Ardata. That's nasty. I don't like that. It settles just in front of her. She puts her legs on top of it and crosses them. It settles under their weight and grumbles. Let's try it out, shall we? You shrug and sit down on the rather rickety table. You're about to lie down, but she interrupts you. No, you fool. You absolute fool. What do you think you're doing? That's not what I meant. Get up. You stand up, embarrassed. Again, without looking towards the caged kid, she raises an arm towards him and beckons. He stares blankly and opens his own cage, which apparently wasn't locked. He shuffles vacantly over to your table and lies down on its surface. She looks at you expectantly. You aren't sure what to do. What? You didn't think I'd be playing table stickball on that thing, did you? You aren't sure what table stickball is. Is it tabletop, ping pong? Ping pong. Oh, you are really simple, aren't you? You really are pretty simple, aren't you? It's like a miniature version of a arena stickball played on a table. Oh, it's a foosball. Got it? You don't, but you nod. Now, go to it. You shackle the kid's arms and legs to the table. That seems to be the right thing to do, since the thing comes fitted with shackles. She gets up and lifts up her huge tick-like pet. It makes more grumpy noises. She plops the enormous thing right down on the kid's chest. He appears rendered unable to protest. The tick bites the boy's neck and begins to feed. She smiles and pats its swelling abdomen. Dark, rust-colored blood drips from the place where it has attached to the boy's neck. Nasty! Moments go by, while she almost looks gratified by the process. Proud, almost. Then she looks at you expectantly. Well? You don't know what she means. The final screw. Aren't you going to retrieve it and screw it into wherever it needs to go? The job isn't done. I don't keep the company of many individuals who leave things unfinished, you know. Stop that, you terrible game. I don't like this. Of course, what were you thinking? You should have known your friend wouldn't let that go unnoticed. Actually, you feel like an idiot for thinking it would. You stoop very low to the ground, on your knees, placing your cheek just above the floor. You peer under the large edifice. It's dark in there, and goes away back. Lots of room for that darn little screw to roll. You take a few pitiful swipes with your good arm, but come up empty. It must be further back. You think you can see it? Yeah, that must be it, just a little further. You have an idea. A tool would be helpful. Guess the screwdriver will come in handy after all. How did she know? Your new friend must be very wise. You think you're liking her more every minute. I'm hating her more every minute. Joke's on you. You grab the screwdriver and feel around with it. Yes, you got it, you think. You carefully scrape it closer to yourself and pick it up. You then go back to the table and find the one remaining hole you left unscrewed. You slide under the table as a mechanic would with a car. There it is. The table is creaking and wobbling quite a bit now. The tick is really getting into its center, it seems. All the loose screws in the table have added up to a lot of give and leeway in the overall stability of the furnishing. Maybe the final screw will help. Ardata has returned to the setup with the monitors. She's adjusting some settings on the feed, controlling the zoom of the camera, typing some remarks into a chat window. This is very good material today. I fucking hate you. It's not often I can provide content of this caliber to my subscribers. Go on. Complete your project. This will be very good. You still think it's weird that she likes watching you put furniture together so much, but you're not one to judge friends. Honestly, sounds like a great way to lose friends, honestly. I don't want to be friends with her. You screw in the final screw, but the stresses on the table are causing the holes to be misaligned. This won't be easy. The huge tick shifts its grotesque body above you, causing the table to creak loudly. You nervously slide halfway out from under the table to check it out. Then, a loud pop. Then, the sound of scraping metal. 6 or 7 screws shoot out from the desk like rivets in a sinking submarine. What a piece of shit this thing is, you think, a little too late. You really needed that Allen wrench. All 4 legs splayed dramatically out from the table, out from underneath at once, like a baby deer crushing on ice. The platform comes crushing down on your lower torso, breaking your pelvis. You bellow in pain and flail to pull yourself out. You forget that you're still holding the screwdriver. In your desperate flailing, you plunge the screwdriver into the fat abdomen of the tick, which begins gushing rust blood with great force, spraying your entire upper body and face. What the fuck? What the fuck? The beast starts thrashing wildly and screaming. You can't see your new friend due to the blood in your eyes, but you can't imagine she's thrilled about what's going on here. No shit, Sherlock. Your annihilated pelvis is in perfect agony. You have to get your miserable torso out from under this shitty table. You have an idea. With your broken arm, you start slapping the big ass of the screaming tick while shouting hee-haw. What did I just read? You clutch the screwdriver handle with your other hand hard. The blood-gushing monster starts kicking and rearing and then blasts off across the dungeon floor like a pig at a rodeo. You hang on to dear life, still blind, but your plan works. You have been pulled out from the tomb you spent the last hour constructing for yourself. Your pelvis is in ruins, but at least you're free now and riding like the wind. You and the blood-spewing tick go tearing around the room, crashing into stuff, and you hear a boy crying. I love how Ardata is just running around. You guess Ardata became distracted enough by your foolish display to seize her paralyzing method on him. Or maybe distracted is the wrong word. Maybe she's disappointed by your foolishness? Oh god, you might be blowing it right now. You're saving yourself. The tick swerves suddenly and starts running up the stairs. Ow, ow, ow. Your brittle pelvis feels every step on the way up. It careens through the rest of the hive, crashes through the front door, then comes to a sudden halt. You're catapulted violently over its backside and sail 50 yards into the air. You land on your ass and wipe the blood from your eyes. Okay, this was embarrassing, but everyone makes mistakes, right? You can still salvage this friendship. You know you can. You turn back to look at her hive. Ardata is standing in her door with a furious look on her face. She is flipping you off. I don't mind. You will not be my friend. Rejection. I don't care. I'm relatively happy about that. Okay, what's the other ending? It sounds fine, I guess. Get the fuck out of my face and never come back. Reject. That was a short one. Okay. Which leads me to Diemen, right? That's his name? Blah, 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 blah. Diemen Zicali. Yeah, someone is approaching. A strange, gray-skinned alien with a cozy-looking vest. Perhaps they will make for a good friend? Sorry, I'm jamming. This music slaps. Okay. What's up? Oof. Hang on, sorry, I didn't get a good look at you before I started talking. I guess you're already weird looking. Kinda uncomfortable about this. Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in need of some medical treatment. You're also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right about now. Hungry, huh? I see what your game is. You're not sure what he's talking about. Then your eyes drift towards the obvious target. That exquisite hot dog he's holding. It looks really, really good. Your mouth starts watering noticeably. Ah, no, I knew it. You're just like all the rest. Your agenda is to have me relinquish my delicacy. Well, forget it. I've been tricked out of 2 other oblong meat products this week already. Oblong meat product? I know you probably think I'm an easy mark due to my blood color, but I still have some dignity at least. Stop doing that. You don't know anything about his blood color, or why that would matter in this conversation about his hot dog. You're hungry, sure, but you didn't mean to cast a threatening gaze at his meal. All you really want to do is make a new buddy, so you don't feel quite so alone in this strange new world. I see. You just want a friend and not my sweet meat. Don't like that. Sorry, I get a little paranoid when I walk around with such delicacies in public. You can't be too careful. Folks tend to get that greedy look in their eyes around my warm sausage. Don't like that. These are odd ways to express the things he's saying, you think, but that would be rude to point that out. Probably best to change the subject. Get this blossoming friendship moving in the right direction. Alright, time to save. In order to get a friendship going, I'm gonna ask if he lives nearby. Yeah, where I used to, I mean. My place was bombed by the drones while... What? Now I don't have a hive, but I'm making it work out here. Foraging for tasty things when I can. I've gotten pretty good at it. A boy, he's smiling so much. Talking to people into giving me meat products, I mean. You'll quickly feel a sense of pity for your new friend. You thought you had it rough, crash landing here, hungry and friendless, and come to think of it, feels like your arm is broken? Your ribs too, maybe, but enough self-pity. This is about making a great new friend. You ask your friend if there's anything you can do to improve his life. Oh wait, are we friends now? Like, is that official? Man, I don't know. Why don't we slow it down a bit, see how things go? I'm not saying it's out of the question, I just think I should take some time to see if you're actually friendship material. Someone I trust, you know, not another looky-loo gunning for my delicacy. Oh, damn, you got out over your skis again. Of course he's right, this is totally reasonable. What the fuck does that mean, you got out over your skis? I've never heard that phrase a day in my life. You feel sure you can do whatever it takes to win him over. You make a mental note to avoid looking at or mentioning his hot dog, since it seems to be a sensitive subject. You do everything in your power to avert your gaze from the hot dog. In fact, you are aggressively not looking at it, in fact. Don't think hot dog thoughts. Don't think hot dog thoughts. It's working. You aren't even thinking about hot dogs anymore. It's like he isn't even holding one, and no one ever... I'm speaking too fast. It's like he isn't even holding one, and no one ever even brought up the fact that hot dogs exist. He seems to notice, on some primal level, your current non-hot dog mindset. He smiles. You pay closer attention to the boy's face. It's a nice smile he has, actually. Very kind, disarming, a few freckles here and there, a mop of messy hair draping over his eyes. What a nice friend this would be to have, you think. He's kind of adorable, really, if you disregard his prickly attitude about his hot dog. Okay, wait a minute, you don't want to start thinking thoughts that are too friendly. You should dial this down a little, stick to the basics. You just want a cool new friend, nothing more. You should try to spark up some non-meat related conversation soon, before things get awkward. You wonder about his house. It got bombed? Yeah, you know. Routine drone passed through my hood. A little bombing, a little cooling. That's how it goes around here. I was a lucky one. My Lucis, not so much. He's a goner. You don't know what a Lucis is, but you can deduce it as someone important to him who probably died in the bombing. Rather than overwhelm him with annoying questions about his culture, you decide the right place to show him some sympathy. Thanks. I miss him. Sometimes I think I enjoy savory bun delights. Why do I keep doing that? Savory bun delights is a way of covering up the pain. They're so good though, it's hard to stop. I favored the juicy meats before he died anyways. Why do you keep calling them such weird things? It's something we did together. Aw, he's gonna cry. How did we start talking about my hot dog once more? Let's drop it. Please, dude, don't bring it up again. You didn't bring it up, but you don't want to correct him. The boy is clearly grieving. You see 2 faint red tears roll down his cheeks from behind the messy bangs. Your heart can't take it. You have to console this homeless boy somehow. Then he'll definitely be your friend. But what to do? Give him a friendly pat on the back? You keep it simple and pat him on the back a couple of times. Everything's gonna be okay. Since you're his new friend, or at least working towards earning that status, he has a new ally to help him with whatever comes his way. He wipes his tears and appears to get himself back together. Your friendly gesture worked. You're right. I shouldn't let the past get me down. In a way, I'm free. I'm I'm off the grid. They probably think I died. No need to worry about knocks on my door because I don't have a door anymore. Maybe I can live off the land for the rest of my life, scrounging for sumptuous indulgences wherever I may find them, by rummaging through awful drums or smooth talking the right mark. Sounds like the life, honestly. I'll miss my Lucis, but I think he would be proud of me. If I can make it without him, if I can survive on my own, I know he would be proud. Maybe I don't even need to leave the planet. Maybe I can avoid taking the ordeals altogether. Can't test who you can't find. If I play my cards right, I could probably live to ripe old age on this planet without getting caught. Like hiding in alleys and sewers, scraping together just enough succulent proteins to keep myself going. Dude, why the fuck can't you just say a hot dog? Honestly, I don't even need to get by that long, since I have a much shorter lifespan than most fools. That was depressing. So I think I might just be able to make this work. You look confused at the last remark, but again, don't want to be impolite. He holds up his hand as if to tell you not to bother. I can tell you're not from here, it's okay. Rustbloods don't live a long time. Blood classes higher than you live progressively longer the higher you go up. Sea dwellers live basically forever. It's kinda crazy and seems unfair, but that's how it is. I'd be jealous of them, but I think I'm not. I'm almost grateful I don't have very long to make it in this world. I don't know what I'd do if I had any longer. I'm happy to settle into a nice short ride, keep a low profile, take in some good meat along the way. God, why can't you just be normal? Nothing wrong with that life if you ask me. You understand. It seems like a tragic story, but if your friend has made peace with this destiny, you might as well too. You offer a sympathetic shrug and continue your impressive streak of consecutive seconds not looking at his hot dog at all. He smiles again. He seems to be relaxing, gripping the dog a little less tightly. That's good. What? You know, you're good at listening. Not many people understand me at all. A lot of people find my overly possessive attitude towards meaty delights to be strange and off-putting. I am, if you keep calling them that. I've heard this more than once and lost some friends that way. Woo. There are some past personal dramas I do not want to think about, let me tell you, but you're different. Maybe you put me at ease because it's obvious you're even lower than me? No offense, but you are. Drones would vaporize a hornless goof like you, no questions asked. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to scare you. You laugh it off. You're not scared, you say. You've survived worse. You pat your broken ribs and wince. You clutch your sore ribs with your broken arm, and wince even harder because of that. Oh man. Looks like that arm's hurt, huh? I guess it's broken. Let's see what we can do about that. Here, hold this a sec. He hands you his hot dog without hesitation. Oh, wow. He wants you to hold it? This is such a remarkable gesture of trust. You're overwhelmed. You gingerly take the hot dog with your good arm, being careful. You hold the hot dog from beneath with your fingertips, as if it's a priceless, delicate treasure. He takes off his vest and puts it on the ground. Then he takes off his shirt. You avert your eyes for a moment, then realize that's silly. Nothing particularly indecent about this, you suppose. If he's comfortable, so are you. He puts his vest back on and takes the hot dog back from you and hands you the shirt. Here, make a sling out of it. It should help. He's right, it does help. Your broken arm is a lot more comfortable and secure. The shirt smells like meat, too. You can't tell if that's a bonus or if it's weird. You decided it was a bonus. This is your new friend. He loves meat, and so do you. It's your greatest common interest, in fact. Nice. You know, I think we make a pretty good team. I don't know if I'm ready to officially call you my friend yet, but I may be getting close. You're pushing all the right buttons, man. Just being someone who listens and understands, you have no idea what that means to me. You're so happy to hear this. It makes your heart sing. Well, if you're keeping it totally real, some of these things he's saying are just a little strange. Like maybe this boy wasn't socialized properly by his Lucis you get? You think that might be his dad, but then again, you don't dare ask. Not when positive feelings are flowing like this. Why kill the mood? He gets a little closer and swoops a hand through his thick black bangs. For the briefest moment, you catch a glimpse of one of his eyes, regarding you fondly. Your heart beats a little faster. He puts a hand on your shoulder. You're starting to wonder if all he's interested in friendship. You hope that's all he wants. You don't think you're ready for anything more than that. You're desperate for friendship, or really any companionship of any sort. But that's moving pretty fast for you. But you're too nervous to make your feelings clear on all this. If he goes any further, You're not sure you'll have the will to protest? Listen, dude, this gorgeous meat product we both admire, God. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck? I'm thinking, maybe we share it. I think that sounds good, actually. Oh my yes, that sounds wonderful. You're so hungry, and you're beside yourself with gratitude that Diemen is willing to share this with you, something that's so precious to him. It really means a lot. Here, I have an idea. He brings his face close to yours. He holds the hot dog between both your faces, with both ends of the dial pointing towards his mouth and yours. You're not sure what he wants you to do? You can't find the breath to ask. It seems like he wants you to eat the hot dog with him, Lady in the Tramp style. Yes, if pressed on it, you'd have to agree. The act is uncomfortably erotic. But you have to admit, it is a good way to share a food item, whilst ensuring it gets split about evenly. You absolutely loathe the idea of letting your friend down. It's completely at odds with your values as a person. You chomp down on your end of the hot dog as he does with his end simultaneously. Holy shit, that is so good. You take another bite, and he times his bite perfectly. He's eerily good at this game. It's throwing your chewing off a bit, which makes you cough a little when you swallow. But you don't feel like you can pause without breaking eating rhythm with him. Might be what a bad friend would do. You keep going, without really quite swallowing as you go. You get closer to his face, which is creating an imminent situation you aren't sure how you're going to handle. You haven't planned for it yet, and it's coming up fast. The hot dog backlog collecting in your throat is getting a bit too heavy, so you try to swallow. But you can't. You gag and cough up all the chewed hot dog matter explosively in his face. Ew, nasty. Oh, gross. He's choking now. He recoils, absolutely stunned. His bangs are blown back, and he's staring at you with wide eyes. Hot dog and bun bits are all over his face. He says nothing for a moment, then puts a hand to his throat. Oh, fuck. He's choking. He points at his mouth desperately. You need to do something. Heimlich, of course. That's what you need to do. You need to save your friend's life. You get behind him and put a good arm under his belly and form a fist. You plunge the fist under his ribs, trying to dislodge his masticated delicacy. It's no use. You can't get any leverage. You need your other arm. It really hurts, though. You'll have to make the sacrifice for your friend. Your friend, who may have just tried to trick you into kissing him with a silly hot dog stunt. You're not sure how you'll navigate that tricky subject once he's sleeping again, but you'll deal with that later. Right now you have a life to save. You pull your broken arm out of its sling and grab your other fist right in front of his belly and squeeze. You try and try and try. His face is turning, well, not blue. Deep red? You guess that makes sense because his blood is red colored. Sure, that makes sense. You yank one more time, your broken arm throbbing in pain. A huge glob of chewed hot dog launches out of his mouth like a cannonball, and the expulsion creates enough force in the other direction it causes you to actually lift him up into the air and accidentally suplex him to the mud behind you. You in turn go tumbling over him, and the two of you are soon locked in an inseparable pinwheel of interspecies downhill mayhem. You roll and roll and roll down the grassy incline towards a nearby neighborhood, towards the street. Luckily, you stop just short of the street, but Diemen's neck lands right on the sharp edge of the curb, and after flipping in the air once or twice, you come down right on his face with your big ass. You hear a crack. Diemen? You slap his cheek a little. No response. He's not breathing. You check his mouth. Throat is clear of hot dog debris. Oh god. This can't be happening. You look around. This isn't what you need right now. All you wanted was a friend. You can't be held responsible for alien murder. Did I just... Jesus, what? Hold on, I need a chance to process what? Did I just... You have to hide the body. You see a couple kids creeping out of the nearby houses to see what all the commotion is. There's no time. You've got to find a bush or something. There. Over there. Looks like a little alien bushy thing. It's pretty small, but it will have to do. You drag the vested, shirtless carcass over to the bush. You dump the body in the bush, and it's really not convincing. It looks like a dead kid is unceremoniously dropped on top of a small bush in a poor attempt to conceal a murder. You've got to come up with something better. Wait a minute, someone is standing behind you. Hello, stranger. Don't worry about this little mess you've made. I'll take care of it for you. Oh, no. That was wasn't what I wanted. Oh. Okay, give him a reassuring hug. You open your arms and approach him with a posture of great compassion. You furrow your brow upwardly a bit, as if to say, I know how hard it is. You advance and he leans back a little, as if caught off guard by your sympathy. Maybe you're coming on too strong? But you know there's no turning back now. You just don't throw the brakes on an imminent, heartfelt hug like this. You embrace him awkwardly, and it goes well for a moment, until you realize your arm is broken, and it seizes up reflexively in pain. It jostles the hot dog in his hand, and he bobbles it. You both gasp. You try to detach from the hug so you can catch the dog, but it's already on its way to the ground. In your attempt to save it, you stagger backwards and slip. The hot dog gets smushed under your big, dumb ass the moment it makes contact with the ground. Diemen lets out a shriek. No! Aw, dude, my dog! You scramble to get up in time, hoping you're not as owned as it looks, but your feet keep slipping and your butt keeps grinding the hot dog into the mud. Oh, no. When the carnage finally subsides, you roll over and check it out. It's completely unsalvageable. Just gross, meaty mud mash, like the hot dog never even existed. Diemen howls in agony and slumps backward against a tree. Oh no. You fucked this up so bad. That's it, man. I've lost everything. Not sure the point of even living anymore. You are absolutely mortified by your clumsiness and foolishness. You have a feeling you'll be thinking about this moment for years to come, during those insecure moments when your mind seems to be looking for any excuse to make yourself cringe with self-doubt and shame. So, you can't help but to feel this guy as being a little unreasonable. It's just one hot dog. There are probably many more of those to come by, for those who know where to look in this strange world. He himself said that he makes a habit of enjoying these, so they can't be all that uncommon. Maybe he just has an unusual psychological disorder surrounding a fixation on this particular food item? Yes, that could be it. Poor food guy. That's not what that said. That just said poor guy. I don't know why I added the word food there. This just means he needs your support as a friend all the more. You won't give up on your friends. Or for that matter, people who you're trying to desperately become friends with. That just isn't who you are as a person. You have an idea. You run it by him with a sense of optimism and salesmanship. The past is behind you. There is no need to wallow in self-incrimination and guilt over the hot dog incident. Diemen perks up a little. You want to help me get another hot dog? Absolutely. It could be a fun adventure, you say. Something to bond over, to bring two new buddies closer together. Okay, you don't say that out loud, but you really hope it's true. I don't know. Could be a long shot. Sometimes it can be days before I'm united with another plump treat, glistening with perspiration. Ew. Nasty. Steaming, relaxing comfortably with a soft melt in your mouth loaf. Damn. Now I really want a hot dog. Guess I don't have much choice but to take you up on your offer, do I? What do you have in mind? It's a good question. You haven't made a plan yet, and frankly, you don't even know where to begin. But he's interested in spending more time with you, which is the most important thing. You'll figure something out. You decide a display of confidence is called for here, a real show of leadership to improve morale. You smile and hold your head up high and tell him to follow you. You know exactly what to do. Well, not really, but you give no indication of that at all. He's definitely intrigued. You've got him hooked now, you think. He's probably wondering if he hit pay dirt, finding a new friend with the hot dog hookup. Of course, you don't have the slightest idea where to find a hot dog, but you've got to admit, you're enjoying the feeling of being important and valued by a potential friend. You don't want to do anything underhanded, yet you can't help but feel you should probably milk this social gambit for all it's worth. This way, you say, as you begin marching confidently in a random direction. He obediently follows and begins rubbing his tummy. You begin to feel nervous almost immediately. You have absolutely no idea how this is going to play out, or if it stands any chance in resulting in a hot dog at the end of the journey. Oh well, you'll figure something out along the way. You lead him through streets and winding through yards of strange-looking houses, and he follows. He takes care to make sure you are both not seen, which could get you both into trouble, apparently. This improvised circuitous route appears to provoke his suspicion. Dude, are you sure you know where a dog is? It seems like maybe you're lost. Oh, absolutely. You're absolutely sure you know where to find one, you say. You're just throwing off the trail Anyone off the trail who might have been following you. He nods solemnly, as if that makes perfect sense. Whew. You say, this way, down here. This is the shortcut to the hot dog supply you're privy to. It's the Motherlode. In the sewer. Yes, totally. It's just a short trek through the sewer. Shouldn't be more than another hour or several of sewer trudging. That is, if he still has the will to do what it takes to get his hands on more juicy dogs. Oh hell yeah, you know it. After you, man. An hour later, you're so deep in the sewer, you've lost all bearings and sense of direction. You could be anywhere by now, you've taken so many crazy turns. Still, you don't let up for a second that you're lost. You've made each turn with decisive conviction. He's still following you, but now he's having trouble keeping up. He's out of breath and struggling with the foul smell. Can't say you're enjoying it either, but you can't let on to the fact that what you're doing now is anything other than the most casual routine for you. Like you do this every day, just a quick jaunt through the sewer to hit up this vast mythical trove of meat products. Oh dear God. Okay, when you put it that way, maybe this all sounds a bit insane. Still, you're in too deep to second guess yourself now. Hey, I gotta stop and rest. I can't lie, I'm starving for a heavenly frankfurter, but this might be too much for me. I don't think I'm cut out for this. You pause and look back. He's sitting down now, slumping against a filthy sewer wall. You're intensely relieved to see you may have just won this impromptu game of sewer hot dog chicken. But more importantly than that, this looks like an ideal time to show some sympathy and have a bonding moment with your would-be friend. You sit next to him and with your broken arm put a hand on his knee in a platonic but deeply understanding way. Your arm hurts when you do this, but it's worth it. Every little gesture counts when making a new friend. I kinda suck? Why would you make me save here? My looseness is gone, I don't have any skills, and most people think I'm weird for liking hot dogs so much. I'm probably just gonna get cold. Shut up. I'm not good at going on adventures, or doing anything hard. All I'm good at is finding an easy meal here and there, however I can get it. Like talking people out of their fine sausages using tricks or other ploys which end up losing me friends. It's been unthinkable that anyone would actually want to do anything nice for me. Or would want me to have that sweet, sweet meat I desire. Please say it normally. At least it was unthinkable, until now. Your heart begins to race. Could it be? Is this shitty improvised sewer escapade actually working? You can't believe it. No one's ever done so much, or worked so hard to try to get my hands on another magnificent banger. That definition definitely makes it sound like he's talking about a song and not a hot dog. Jesus Christ, can't he please say hot dog normally? Sorry for being emotional, but this is new for me. I don't know how to handle it. I'm just so grateful. I'd be thrilled to call you my friend, man. Whatever you are. You're overjoyed. Unbelievable. It's almost too good to be true. What now? It's like a sudden turn of good fortune. You hardly know what to do. Should you hug the guy? Last time that didn't go so well. But this time, he's not holding a hot dog for you to clumsily defile, so maybe this is your moment. Wait, what's that? A deep rumbling sound begins to echo through the tunnels. Oh shit. They found us. It's a drone, dude. I guess on sewer duty? We gotta run. He gets up and grabs your hand and sprints. He's a lot faster than he looks and motivated to get moving. He turns this way and that as the rumbling gets closer. He slips on something and you'd both tumble into a river of horrific sludge. Bro, I can't swim. Help! Your bad arm finds purchase on the ledge, and though it's very painful, you heroically salvage your friend from the muck with the other arm. He coughs and gasps for breath. You find a nearby ladder, shove him upwards until he starts climbing on the dome, and follow him. You burst through the lid on the floor, and you both flop out of the hole, drenched in filth, smelling horrible and completely exhausted. But at least you're safe, you think. Hey man, I just want you to know, even though we didn't find the glorious treasure you were leading us to, I'm happy how it all turned out. Maybe I don't need hot dogs in my life as much as I thought. Maybe that's not the real treasure after all. It's been a journey for me, let me tell you. I'm learning so much about myself, about life, because of you. His bushy hair is slicked back from his eyes through the sludge. He's giving you a penetrating, soulful gaze of presumably pure friendship. Or is it even deeper than that? Wow, this is intense. Then something catches your eye, just above him. Something dangling. Lots of dangling things, actually. Come to think of it, it's really cold in here. Freezing, in fact. You finally realize, holy shit, you're in a weird alien meat locker. You're absolutely surrounded by dangling meat products, including many sausages. Thousands of them. You begin to sob. Your sobbing soon turns to unrestrained wailing of raw catharsis. He joins you and the tears flow freely from you both. You embrace each other and let it all out. Suddenly, it hits you. Both of you. This is by far the happiest day of your life. Meat heaven. Yay for friendship. But I think we have one more ending here. Ask if you can have a bite of his hot dog. It looks amazing. Forget it. I'm leaving forever. Bye. Disrespectful. And that's what I have time for today. Thank you so much for joining me for Hiveswap FRIENDSIM. And hopefully I will be back soon. Goodbye.